Hello, everybody, and welcome to X-Smarks the Spot with me, your host, Richter Hammer. Thank you. Covering the week in wrestling. As you know, last week, because there was no Raw, we had a discussion, but we still felt if we wanted to, it was optional for us if we wanted to cover anything from that. So any bonus awards or bonus, we're calling them bonus, for match of the night, promo night, any of that stuff, we so could do that. So we're gonna do those first, and then after that we're gonna jump into the current last week of wrestling, where Raw was not snowed out. And I apologize to everyone if I sound a little weird. Still fighting off a cold, so I probably sound congested. But that is that.
I thought you just hadn't shaved your head today. You were saying a little old.
Imagine that's how it worked. Oh wait, you're right. Is that better? No.
Oh, Rick, where you are?
Yeah, I'm wearing a wig right now. You can't tell, or maybe you can. But
Did it ever stuck for you with voice recognition if you're wearing a hat or a wig or anything?
like costume or something. Ready to go out for Halloween? No, my voice recognition won't start my car. All right, so we're gonna jump into those bonuses first. So, how many bonus awards did you have, Jim?
I have a lot from not this past week, but the week before. I have a match and promo each for Raw and SmackDown, and a total of 5 awards between the two, not counting those.
Oh, okay. And Marcus has a bonus promo, I believe.
Yep, I don't have any awards from last
okay.
week because nothing happened on Raw.
All right, so I have 2 awards, so this will be interesting. So anyway, with your first bonus award, take it away, Jim.
Okay. Like I said, Raw got snowed out a lot, but there was a special live SmackDown, so I have some awards from that as well, because that basically took the place of Raw for the benefit of the week. So the first award I have do a couple of awards from Monday Night Raw, which, for those of you who were watching, who were paying attention from home, there was a large blizzard in the Northeast that Monday evening, and as a result, they could not hold Raw at the arena in Norwalk, Connecticut, where they wanted to hold it, and as a result, they were broadcasting live from WWE headquarters. And to open the program, after Michael Cole and Booker T, who were at the headquarters, introduced everything, I give my first award to the very first thing we were introduced to, and that is Weatherman JBL, who was on the roof. And not happy about it. JBL was put onto the roof by apparently Michael Cole and Booker T in order to report on the weather. He made some sarcastic comments about being a balmy 87. If you're in what do they say? He made some mentions of tropical locale. Well, basically got the problem about how it's freezing outside, and notice he's not wearing a coat. He's just wearing his blazer. He's just wearing his suit jacket. So he's he mentions that he worked his way up there with a cameraman and a Sherpa, and that it is so cold upstairs that woolly mammoths have been found frozen in the tundra of Siberia that were warmer than him. And they got really pissed off. He said, "It's friggin' snowing, and you know what's going on out here. I'm going the hell inside," which he did. So that was just a hilarious thing to do to open the program, and JBL sold it beautifully.
That was pretty funny.
Sounds funny.
It wasn't. The commentators kept as they were talking about the stuff in the show, they kept referencing it throughout the night, which was pretty funny too.
All right, so for my first bonus award, strangely enough, from the highlights on YouTube of Lucha Underground, call it the "You Don't See That Every Day" award, where one of the guys, I forget his name, sorry, still learning who those people are, is on the top rope. He puts a guy on the top rope, and he does a Hurricane Rana, and his victim, for lack of a better term. He throws him to the outside of the ring from the top rope into a pile of 4 dudes on the outside. And I'm like, that was actually kind of cool. Like, you see him like dive over into groups of guys, and I haven't seen a guy Hurricane Rana another guy into a group.
That does sound pretty cool.
That sounds cool.
Indeed. Yes, it does.
All right, so your next award, take it away, Jim.
All right, let's see here. Yeah. So my second and final of the generic awards for Monday Night Raw. The award I call this the Hitchhiking Nor Walker Award for Dean Ambrose hitchhiking and walking his way from Philadelphia to Norwalk, Connecticut for the Monday Night Raw, then realizing it wasn't there, and then instead making his way over to Greenwich to WWE headquarters for the show, and just showing up conveniently in the middle of the program.
Isn't WWE headquarters in Stamford?
Stamford, sorry, thank you. The McMahon family lives in Greenwich, but the headquarters is in Stamford, sorry.
Triple H lives in Greenwich.
Yeah, the McMahons do too.
Ah, fair enough.
I think Vince and Letta live there as well, but anyway,
Don't
yeah.
they have
So
the mean streets there too? Like, mean streets.
Yeah.
Mean Street Posse?
Yeah. But it was just funny, like they just cut randomly, and he's outside, like walking through the snow in the parking lot toward the building, and just come to the side, and just I don't remember who the hell they had down there. I think it was Scott Stanford or somebody was down there, and he was like Dean, what are you doing here? And he's like, well, and he goes, I was down in Philadelphia, and I hitchhiked my way up here from this, and I went to Norwalk and found out the show was canceled, so I came here, and now I'm here. And like just something like ridiculous, so like I was on my way, I was on my way here. I stopped at a gas station and I stole a dude's boots, and now I came here. And the funny thing is, he mentions I missed a line of something he said. Because he went to a gas station, had some kind of a scuffle with the dude, and ended up walking away with the dude's boots. And I'm like, did Dean Ambrose just kill a drifter at a gas station?
You know what's even more ironic? Just because the crowd wasn't there, when he was doing that when he was going through that, all I could think in my head is, that was the perfect place for the crowd to be doing what? Because he was doing the Austin-style lists. At first I arrived there, what? Then I did this, what? Then this, what?
Pretty much.
The one time we needed this.
The one time it worked.
But yeah, I thought that was funny just because everything else about it was so serious. Oh, we have a serious blizzard. We got some serious interviews with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar tonight, and Dean Ambrose just stumbles the hell in from the snow. it lightened the program a little bit. It was funny.
Nice. Okay, so for my other award, my last one, but I know it's just the second one. I call this the "You Gotta Be Kidding Me" award. I guess this is a duo of Hurricane Rana ones, but Tyson Kidd in his number one contender bracket match, whatever, against Adrian Neville. He did a Hurricane Rana to him on the outside, and like with the Hurricane Rana, like threw him into the steel steps. And I was like, I was like, that's really cool. And I was like, what is this, like Hurricane Rana week? But I thought that was pretty neat. So.
Nice.
Now, what if he heard carotted him into a group of dudes who all then flew into the steps?
Yes. Then I wouldn't have had the first award. I would have been like, wow, what a week.
Yeah.
I would have the oh so close to getting an award.
Yeah.
And then Stacy's head would implode.
Which, yeah, that does sound like a cool moment, and I do like the name of that award.
You gotta be kidding me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
That's what awards need. They need pun names.
I know, like sometimes I try to do it and I think and I can't come up with one, and sometimes it just boom, it hits me and I'm like, yup, and write it down, and I sit there smirking like an ass the whole time.
That is the way, Rick. That's the way.
Yeah.
That's what Rick do.
That is what Rick do. Rick amuses himself. All right.
And
So
validates himself.
occasionally. Yeah, that's the research where if I had 3 awards, I'm invalidated. No, I'm just kidding. So your next bonus award, take it away, Jim.
So are we saving all of our promos and matches for things for the end?
I would assume so, because I was tempted to sprinkle them in, but since you have the most, I figure we'll just keep the order, just do the awards and then the match and promo and stuff.
Because the thing is, we're going to get to the point where we start going around, and they're all going to do this for this week, and I'm still going to do mine for last week, and it's going to seem kind of weird.
Oh, I was gonna do
Order
all
it like
yours
this
first, basically.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
I'm confused. Okay.
Just let the host do his job, and you just nod and say yes.
Whatever.
Don't chant yes, just say yes.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, because I didn't see this, but since Mo mentioned the honorary award to the promo about how much we need the WWE needs the WWE Universe.
Yep.
That sounded like an awesome promo.
That was an awesome promo.
If anybody didn't see the promo, yeah, tell them, Mo.
I was gonna say I don't know if Rick saw that or not, but we need the WWE Universe. Daniel Bryan comes out to do his yes, but he raises up his hands, and as he does it, it suddenly the camera just pans around, the whole arena is empty, and he just lowers his arms, looking sad, and and then it comes up. We would be nothing without the WWE Universe,
Nice.
and I'm like, that's awesome.
It is. I need to go see that promo. Anyway, so moving on to awards from Live SmackDown.
But ironically, that was a better audience than the Royal Rumble.
Oh! All right. So this is from Thursday, September the 29th, was the live 2-hour SmackDown. Trying to make up SmackDown, trying to make up a little bit for the snow out of, Monday Night Raw. I have 3 awards for the evening. Oh, excuse me. So award number 1, and my favorite award of the entire what will be the entire night here. And I mean of the night of this podcast. I mean of the podcast here. My favorite award of all the 3 shows I'm giving awards to right here. Because it blindsided me. It came out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay then. I will accept that. I didn't see it coming, but I will accept that. And that is the What's Best for Business is to Suck It award.
Okay.
Because the COO of the WWE came out first thing on Live SmackDown to address the WWE Universe after controversy on the Royal Rumble. What's going to happen? Oh, Roman Reigns is he the right? How's that going to? The Rock showed up. Roman Reigns got booed out of the arena. Hashtag canceled and all this. The COO is going to come out. He's going to address this. This is the first statement for WWE about all this situation. He's going to address this. I mean, they did some interviews on Raw and stuff, but this is the first real address as to what's going on here. The COO is going to cut this promo, and he proceeds to cut a promo about balls.
Yeah.
Specifically about how the NFL and Roger Goodell have a problem with their balls. How the WWE has never had a problem with its balls. And I'm like, which Triple H are you right now? I'm confused.
Yeah, that's what I said to you when we were watching it. It was like, he just did that DX style, but like I said to you, ironically, that was perfect because the crowd were cheering along with him and forgetting why they were booing in the first place. He kind of tricked them in a moment.
He did.
They were like, haha, yay, balls, haha. Wait a minute, we're supposed to be mad at you. We're never going to forget. Okay, so then another ball joke. Aha! Wait a minute, stop that! He's like the Hypnotoad.
I am the Hypnotoad.
All glory to the Toad of Toads.
Wow.
Anyway.
So
I mean, he did still sort of address the situation. It just kind of, it was weird that he came out, and all of a sudden, like, the most hated thing on the company is cutting a face promo. It just blindsided me for a minute, but I'm like, this is still funny, and it's still somewhat relevant to the situation at hand, even though that was about a week and a half ago. But still, I'll take it. That's good. So, yeah.
I don't want to make the point. The thing that was a week and a half ago was also the Royal Rumble.
This is true.
That's why he was doing that. Yeah, the Sunday controversy. I know what you were all thinking. Yeah, when he mentioned the Super Bowl thing, I was just like, oh, that's so funny.
It was good. It was good. Back to Hammy.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw it back to you for the rest of your awards then.
Okay, you don't have any more? Okay.
No, I only had the 2. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway,
They
next
were
on
both
the
excellent, Rick.
No, thanks.
next on the list, because we continued our evening of contradictions that made no sense, with what I like to call in favor of the underdog.
Underdog.
Because somehow we're supposed to believe that John Cena is going to feud with Rusev, and yet he's somehow the underdog. Because he comes out and he cuts a promo with Rusev. Rusev comes out with Lana, and they start cutting a promo about Rusev's pissed, like, why am I stuck fighting this has-been, this fucking old-ass has-been John Cena, when I should be fighting for the world title and fighting these Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar and the guys, why am I stuck fighting, old-ass John Cena and shit? He's no challenge to me, he's not, And I think Mole was the one who actually had to comment, like, wait, are they trying to make Cena the underdog again?
Yep, which, to be fair, they did undo that. They did undo that dramatically. Which I loved, because I was like, wait, they're making him the underdog? What? And then the second Cena came out, he's like, you're forgetting something. I'm fucking John Cena, basically. And he's like, and he mentions all his achievements and stuff. He's like, basically saying, I'm the man right now. And I'm like, thank you. At last, you're not doing the underdog thing. You're actually coming out and saying, I'm not an underdog, bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love the fact Rusev, which actually worked, because then it made not Cena the underdog, but it just made Rusev completely dismissive of him, which is wonderful.
It is. And also, while I don't like to give props to John Cena, I will give props to whoever wrote that for him. They did come up with a clever line that he is the, and I quote, face of the place, end quote.
Yep. Which Rusev still should have had the line of, in Mother Russia, Cena jobs to you.
That would have been funny. It was funny because also apparently it was apparently I can't remember if this was SmackDown or this was Raw, but somewhere along the way I remember there being a promo and I'm thinking, wait, is this? I think it was on SmackDown. I said, wait, it's not right. SmackDown. Is SmackDown Bizarro World, because they came out and Rusev starts cutting his promo in English, hands the mic to Lana, who then starts talking in Russian, who gives it back to Rusev, who continues in English. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Rusev swerve?
Yep.
Pretty much. Hashtag Rusev swerve.
You see, Jim, this was the Twilight Zone, where ordinary things are only happening. Basically, Triple H was a face, Cena was an underdog, Rusev speaks English, Lana doesn't.
Am I the only one who did not understand
and the COO is a face who cuts balls promos.
Exactly.
Why not?
They get snowed out once and everything just goes backwards.
Pretty much. It's weird. But anyway, the final order, just because I did think this was kind of cool, and this wasn't, and this didn't really have anything to do with the wrestlers per se.
And it's worth noting, I think we just lost Marcus.
Oh dear. No. I hope he comes back. In the meantime, I'm going to get this award here. I call this, I couldn't come up with like too clever of a name on this, because like, I kind of got some of those. This is the That's Egg on Your Face award, because Miz and Mizdow were hanging out with a magician backstage, because there was the Penn and Teller reality magic show coming on after SmackDown, and he did this cool trick with an egg, and he put and Miz like, I can do that trick as good as you, and they both do the trick, like, oh, we have the scarf and the egg, that's how the trick works. And then Miz's like, yeah, but one thing, he pulls off a little sticker that looked like it was the hole in the egg, and smashes it on Miz's face when he says it's not a real egg. I'm like, okay, that was kind of funny. And Mizdow's laughing behind him, and Miz snaps around, and Mizdow immediately snaps with him and stops laughing.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, that was
Marcus.
Thanks. Everyone was all glitching out for me, so I left the call and came back.
Fair enough. But yeah, that was just kind of, I'm like, okay, that was pretty funny. And if you're, given what they started leading to a Raw, I'm like, okay, one last hurrah for Miz and Mizdow. That was a funny promo. I'll give him that.
It was.
So that's the last award for that. So, I guess Richter, you're going to go to this week's Raw Awards. Is that where we're going next?
I was gonna do the week's.
Oh, last week. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the
Okay,
promo and all. So I want to do all last week and then move in.
That's a good idea. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So for you said you had a match and promo for each of them, right?
I do.
For Raw and SmackDown.
Correct.
Okay. Then
Marcus had a promo for something.
yes,
For Raw.
I don't know. We'll find. Oh, okay. Well, we'll find out. What is your promo of the night for Raw then, Marcus?
It's the Seth Rollins interview because Brock Lesnar's interview was supposed to be right after that, and I think it was like Cole was interviewing or whatever, and mentions that, and he goes, Seth Rollins says, he goes, wait, Brock Lesnar's coming out next? You know what? If he wants to come out for his interview and he wants to see, he can come out and take it from me because I'm not going anywhere. And I was just like, whoa, dude, where did those balls come from?
They came from non-existence to whence they returned as soon as Brock Lesnar walked out and Seth Rollins right away like a pussy.
True. But I still thought that was awesome. He was just like, wait, whoa, Lesnar's coming out? No, fuck that. This is my chair. He wants this chair. He has to come take it from me. Which
They came from the fact that, like Triple H said, WWE's never had a problem with their balls.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, I
But
really
that was-
liked
that
that.
was awesome.
I like that interview. And the interview itself was actually pretty good too. He did a really good job, and then just the ending was like the icing on the cake.
Yep, I do like Seth Rollins. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'll go next because I just have one match of the night for that
Okay.
previous week. And it was on the NXT, of course, and it was Adrian Neville versus Tyson Kidd. That was just a really solid match, and I know some people here are fans of Tyson Kidd, and he was in top form. It was a really good match. So
Everyone should be a fan of Tyson Kidd.
that's true. Fact. You're supposed to.
Yep, more on him this week.
Nice. And anyway, excuse me. So yeah, that was my match of the night for that. And so for your matches and promos, take it away, Jim.
Alrighty. Jimson Phoenix. Anyway, so for Monday Night Raw, my match of the night was the WWE World Title match. It's still a good match. It was better
That's
than
cheating.
it was better than the alternative that they showed that night.
That's cheating.
Well, technically, it was a match, and it did air on Monday Night Raw.
But its original airing was the Sunday before.
Well, we never said it had to be an original aired match.
Yes, we did. Oh, otherwise we can take anything from the WWE Network. Available now for just $9.99.
No, that's something that physically aired on Raw. Anyway, that was my match. That's still good. My promo, I give my promo of the night for Monday Night Raw. I give it to Paul Heyman's promo putting over Brock Lesnar because that was freaking amazing. Paul Heyman, he has godly mic skills. He does. He can put over anyone in regards to anything, and you will believe it. He just sitting here and getting Paul Heyman given the opportunity where he doesn't have to be like standing out there and one of the crowd. He could just sit there in the nice quiet room. He's got Brock there with him and just cut this promo to Michael Cole and just about why Brock Lesnar is the best, about why it is that why it is he does what he does, and going into Brock's background a little bit, talking about this is why he is the beast. This is why this is who he is. This is what he does. So on, and it was just really, really good. Just a really good promo. Like. You understood why Brock is a champion, why he does what he does, and you really believe that nobody was gonna. No, there's no way anybody can beat Brock. I mean, look at this guy, and it was such a great promo. I loved it.
I loved the part with Roman Reigns when I loved Paul Heyman actually says to Roman Reigns, "I knew your family before you knew your family."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's such a. And he even meant, and I loved the part with that same bit when he's like. But which is technically later on, but it's a continuation where he's like, but you know what, Reigns, I respect you, and it's like cool, and then he cuts to Brock, and Brock shakes his hands, gets in closer, and just goes, I don't respect you, And I'm like, holy fuck. Because it's kind of awesome. Brock's the type of dude that will shake your hand and in the same breath tell you he does not respect you. That just kind of makes Brock sort of wonderful in my eyes.
Nice.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that was for Raw. For SmackDown, my SmackDown match of the night was Daniel Bryan versus Kane in a casket match because that came the hell out of nowhere. I mean, I know they were promoting it on mentioned on Raw and whatnot, but simply just randomly breaking out a casket match with no build-up, that was just like, what the hell?
Came the hell out of nowhere, or Kane the hell out of nowhere?
I see it in there. But yeah, that was just, they just kind of like, oh, that was anything. And I haven't seen a casket match in a long time, so it was fun to see. It was different.
It was weird though, because they didn't bury the casket afterwards into dirt. I thought that's how they did them.
No, that's how THQ did them. And on a related note, my SmackDown promos of the night were multiple promos of Kane rubbing on a casket while talking evilly and creepily, because that was kind of effective at being creepy and putting over the fact that Kane was good in the casket match, but at the same time, negative points because Kane was not wearing a mask.
Yep. And also negative points because, as I pointed out, he should have crawled into the casket wearing a giant nose and humped Macho Man to get Triple H back.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, the casket match promos, casket match itself came out of nowhere, but it was a pretty decent match. It was fun to see. Yeah, so just that's stuff for SmackDown. So that's last week in summation.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So now we transition into the previous week and not the previous week.
The current.
So, the current. Yeah. So, well, yeah, I guess technically it's still the current week. So, all right, with first award, take it away, Mole.
Yay! My number one, or first award, because they're all in order, technically-ish, is, I called it #Into Nowhere. And this was Sin Cara, the same Sin Cara who you may know had to have a match with Heath Slater 3 times because he constantly botched. Because this was the one that kept botching. He flipped, went to do an elbow to Wade Barrett, misses like fuck, and Wade didn't move. Wade's still in the same position he was supposed to be in the whole time. Misses, then as he falls down, Wade sort of goes, and then falls holding his hand. The commentator even says, ooh, coming up empty on that there. Bad moment for Sin Cara, said Tom Phillips, which JBL tried to cover it by saying, no, he must have clipped him. Look, he's holding his head. And I'm like, yeah, Sin Cara pretty much botched that.
Botch of the week.
Bad Sin Cara.
Indeed.
I missed the original Sin Cara.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, Hunico.
Richter, let us know if he shows up in Lucha Underground.
I will. It might be hard to tell.
Let us know Kid Muscle does too.
Yes.
Nice.
I would. Yes, that would. I'd like get cable back just to watch El Rey Network or whatever.
There you go.
That's how they should
Kid
repackage
Muscle.
Sin Cara
Yes.
as Kid Muscle. I'd watch
Nice.
that.
Yeah, I guess that works. It's better. It's probably gonna work out better than how they're repackaging Callisto. Did you hear about that, Rick?
No, I didn't.
Who wants to tell them?
Go ahead.
They basically turned him into Rico, from what I understand.
Yes, they're going to be repackaging Callisto as a gay hairdresser character.
Okay.
That was pretty much our reaction.
Why?
Because WWE.
Okay.
Because with that one that came from Main Event, they have seemed to be pushing Sin Cara on Raw, SmackDown, and Main Event a little bit more. Maybe it's because they know Ray's at the end of his career at WWE. They want to sell masks, so they're doing that. And with him on his own, instead of doing the common thing of he also has a mask, they're thinking, fuck it, hairdresser, it works.
Or instead of doing the right thing and letting Sin Cara fade into obscurity and pushing Kalisto as the new Rey Mysterio, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they're pushing Sin Cara because he's got more of a brand recognition. Sadly.
Yeah, people recognize him as he who botches everything. You really want to call that brand recognition?
Why not? It worked for Goldberg.
Oh!
Thank you. So who's next?
Next up, Marcus Shadow with his first award.
All right. My first award is it's from Raw. I call it the Not Best for Business Award, and it's from the top of the show where Triple H announces that Bryan versus Rollins that night on Raw. Winner goes on to face Roman Reigns at Fastlane for his WrestleMania spot. Yeah. Because we all know how that's going to end up, and it did end up the way I was afraid it was going to end up, but I don't know where it's going to go. But that comes later because that's another one of my awards. But yeah, I was not happy at that announcement. I was like, oh my god, you're giving into the fucking little X-Smarks. No, fuck that shit.
Are they?
It could, but like I said, we'll get into that later.
All right. Excuse me. So, your first award for the current week, take it away, Jim.
Alrighty. So let me scroll down here. Okay. First award for the week. Again, I could not come up with a witty title for this one, but I wanted to mention it. It was just talked about a little bit in terms of whatever I had. I called it tournament time, and basically, let's have a tournament to determine the winner of something that Reigns rightfully won, because it's been previously established that rules generally don't apply in the Royal Rumble. So, yeah.
So, it's a convoluted tournament that completely overrides the rules and prize that someone just got. It's Mortal Kombat 2!
Ha! Nice.
That's not really a tournament. It looks like I have to fight everybody.
Exactly. Including myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First you fight Raiden and Scorpion, then yourself for some reason.
Yeah. Even worse if you're one of the Scorpions or Sub-Zeros, because there's like 9 palette swaps of them too.
All right.
Back to him.
So for my first award for this week, again we're heading back underground, but I call it the Found Him Award. And you may remember a couple months ago an escapade of somebody telling someone else they should wash dishes and then slapping someone. But on Lucha Underground, we found El Patron, Alberto Del Rio.
Nice.
Just made me laugh. I saw, like, I don't know, because it was one of those like the highlights from the week, because they don't like put the matches till like a week later or something on YouTube. But it was like, here's the highlights, and they're going, and the guy's like, he's like, hey, senor, and I'm like, wait a minute. You see Alberto Del Rio, he's like, I'm Alberto El Patron, and I'm like, sure, okay, but this is funny, like, like that's where he was. Okay, he went underground.
Oh, more on him later, Rick.
Yay. But yeah, so that was mine. So, with the second award, take it away, Mole.
Alright, this one's just a small award, but I wanted to give it to it because I kind of like the prospect or the potential there. I call this award Show Me More. And this is on SmackDown. Dolph Ziggler, the show-off, has teamed up with Ryback. Feed me more.
Yeah.
It was just random that they suddenly decided to be team up. I'm like, yeah, they've gone through the same type of storylines together. And Ryback, as much as we don't like him, he's constantly injuring people. He can't put on a good match, but he can put on a somewhat maybe possible watchable half match, while Dolph does the rest of the work. You know what I mean? So you can have that benefit, and Dolph can't put on a good match because of his overselling. So both of them together might be able to put on a good match together. Possibly as a team, hopefully. If worst comes to worst, it at least gives a decent prospect for Tyson Kidd and Cesaro to fight.
There you go.
But yes, show me more. That was the end of my award. Thank you.
Yeah. I like that. I was hoping maybe they said that or something, but it doesn't sound like they did.
If they didn't. That's just what I've officially named them. I'm hoping it. I'm hoping it takes off.
It should. I like that name. All right. So for your next award, take it away, Marcus.
All right. So my next award is the Line of the Night award because I didn't know what else to call it.
Did we lose Marcus? Hello?
It says he's still there. I don't know.
Maybe this is the line.
He's building suspense.
Yeah, it's like dramatic pause, or maybe it was like. Oh yeah, there we go.
Nah, it didn't work.
All right. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to come back to him, or he'll just come. He'll just cut it at the end. He's like, "Yeah, so I just like that." All right, back to you, host, and we'll be like, okay then." Okay, so you want to go ahead, Jim, then while we wait for whatever happened to Marcus?
Sure, I guess I can do that.
To come back from the Shadow Realm.
Shut up. Okay then. I want to make a Yu-Gi-Oh joke, but I can't decide which one, so I'll just move on. All right, my next award. Just because this is one of the funniest things I've seen in a while, and I give him credit for it. I'm gonna talk about the. What's that?
That's cool and all, and I'm gonna let you finish. But Marcus, shut his back.
Oh man!
Ouch!
Oh, you just got Kanye'd.
I did.
I just saw him rejoin. I was hoping he was gonna go for his one. Looks like we haven't got Marcus back.
Nope. Continuing. Yeah, because this was a great line. I want to talk more about the entire portion of the program here a little later on in a different award when I get to my promo of the night. But it's an award. It's pure and simply I call it Now You're Eliminated. Because thanks to Dean Ambrose, Curtis Axel is now eliminated. For the benefit of Richter, who I'm assuming did not see Raw. Am I correct in that, Richter?
Yes, you are correct.
Well, basically, Curtis Axel came out and with a microphone and cut a barely audible promo because his voice is deep and quiet and I couldn't hear him. But basically, he came out and from what I understood of him, he basically got a promo saying, I was never eliminated from the Royal Rumble. And, because I got attacked, and I was never eliminated, and, the Roman Reigns left over the top rope, and therefore I'm the winner of the Royal Rumble, because I was the only one never thrown over the top rope, and I deserve a match, I deserve and demand a match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, because I was not eliminated. And Dean Ambrose's music hits, and he walks out with his jacket, he takes his jacket off, and he gets in the ring, and he looks at Curtis Axel, then he punches him in the face, and he bounces off the rope, then he tosses him over the rope, and he just takes the mic and just goes, now you're eliminated. I'm like, that was funny. I'm going to talk about the rest of the promo he proceeded to cut following this a little later in my promo of the night.
Okay.
Spoilers.
I'm back.
Oh,
spoilers.
Yay,
hey, he's back.
Sorry about that. My headset got desynced.
Okay, then.
That was just perfect timing, though. And the line of the night was because this was the line of the night. All complete silence. At first, we thought you were just building suspense, but no.
No. So okay, and so I gave it. I called it Line of the Night because I didn't know what else to call it because it's for a line. And it's to Dean Ambrose for when Curtis Axel came out and started complaining about how I never got eliminated. I never even entered the Rumble because I got assaulted like a little bitch up at the top of the ramp. Cue Dean Ambrose comes walking down, and it's the funniest, probably the coolest thing I've seen him do. That's not hard to do because I don't like what they've done with Dean Ambrose. He just walks down, says nothing, gets in the ring, grabs Curtis Axel, throws him over the top rope to the floor below, looks down, and then goes, okay, now you've been eliminated. and then
Yeah.
proceeds on with his business. I'm like, yeah, that was funny.
Anybody else have deja vu?
That's
What?
my next award, though. Wow, this is awkward.
Marcus just essentially pulled a Jim on Jim. Richter's okay with us. And only because Marcus couldn't help it.
Yeah.
When you went, we had to continue, and that's exactly what Jim just gave an award to. Was you've just been eliminated. Oh, that was poor timing. But you did.
Yeah.
But you did a Jim back to Jim. Hilarious. To be the Jim, you have to beat the Jim. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, no, I had to give that award because that literally made me laugh out loud. I was like, wow. It's like I know they were trying to go for like the Stone Cold type thing with Dean Ambrose. I didn't think they would literally have him be Stone Cold for one night. That's like such a thing. The Austin would just basically walk out, like stun someone or just do something really quick and be like, yeah, that's it, and then just leave.
Yep. Which I will say, runner up, Richter.
Mm-hmm.
To conquer Jim. Thank you.
Nice.
I'm kidding. We have fun here on X-Smarks. We love everyone equally.
We do.
Except for Richter, who we love the most.
True. But yeah, that's my award. Back to
Pretty much.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, he's more equal.
To be the host. Oh wait, no. Anyway.
Uh,
But all right. So for my next one, excuse me, I had to cough there. Going. I call this the everyone and everyone asterisk. So for on NXT where Kevin Owens, they had this last week and I was gonna put it there, but I decided instead to just put it there because they replayed that package and it was part in one of his promos. But like when they had the promos for him before he came out, it's like I'll fight anyone and everyone, and then he's like, well, I'll fight anyone and everyone, and then but now he has to put a little asterisk because he's like, but now I need it to be for a prize, and I'm like, well, it's not really anyone if there has to be like it's something for you to gain from it. Just like so, I don't know, I just. Like I understand what they're going with for him, and it makes sense, but it's just kind of funny. He's like anyone and everyone, and then I could just see like he links at the camera and winks or something. Like I don't know, just
Nice.
So for the next award, take it away, Mole.
My next award is probably my favorite award of the entire fucking show. But it's about Wade Barrett interrupting Dean Ambrose and cutting a promo on him, fair enough. I call it breaking news. The reason why is he's got a new way of interrupting people. He interrupts them on a screen called BNZ for the bad news zone. The BNZ logo is on the bottom left with a ticker with bad news coming on it at the bottom that keeps going through world bad news. Like, and I wrote these down because this is awesome, Liverpool, England, escaped kitten, Mr. Whiskers never came home. Alpine, Texas, man throws Super Bowl party, spends hours making dip, ... no one shows up. Naples, Italy, local man accepts lot in life. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And he interrupts him. He just cuts the promo on him. He mentions to him that you're too much of a lunatic to think right to beat me and stuff. But the way he did it with the BNZ, he's like, okay, check back next time for BNZ. And he's got this big trollish grin on his face, like he was totally just loving this. And I'm like, that may be better than the podium, because obviously we know he's taking a piss out of TMZ, but BNZ, it's wonderful. BNZ. I'm like, that's the greatest thing ever.
That does sound awesome.
Yeah, and the little ticker underneath with all them. I had to keep rewinding and pausing because I wanted to get them accurate.
That's awesome.
It reminded me of like the Matt facts when Matt Hardy used to come on and be like, Matt Hardy only drinks chocolate milk. And I loved those random little things that you'd pay attention to. And this was just a little ticker. And with the BNZ logo and everything, it was just so wonderful.
Nice.
It worked. So back to you.
All right. So next award, take it away, Marcus.
All right. So my next one is called I call it the Karma's a Bitch Award. That is, you know how when Rusev and Lana come out, there's usually the massive Russian flag rolled up on above them, and then it goes kaboom and drops down.
Right.
Yeah, this time it went kaboom. One of the latches did not release, so it like half of it just started to unfurl a little bit, and just kind of hang there all sad, like it wanted to unroll and couldn't.
So one of the latches didn't release, so it was reverse Owen Hearted.
Oh, pretty much, yes. And the thing that made me laugh even more is because there had to be a Russian flag. Rusev slid out of the ring and grabbed the Russian flag that was on the flagpole that he always carries down. He pulled it off the pedestal and slid in the ring with it. And I can't remember who. It was either Mole or Jim. But their first reaction was, wait, is Rusev going to try to pry that down with the Russian flag?
Oh, that was me. I said that, yeah, but he didn't.
But he didn't. He just waved the flag.
Pokes
like,
it.
Yeah, but he got in the ring and started waving it and trying to play off like he wasn't dejected that the Russian flag didn't come down.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome that he acted mad. Lana looked like shocked and angry. None of them like laughed or broke character. And I was like, that made it more awesome.
Yeah, I did. They stayed in character, which was great. But I just thought it was hilarious. There's like, because you could hear the kaboom as the latches were supposed to break, and only one of them broke. So just one side of it just hanging down limply, all sad, like I want to come down, but I can't.
Maybe I should put my other eye to it. I should make some references.
Nice.
Thank you.
Flag no sold the promo.
Yeah, that says a lot when even the Russian flag is like, I'm done with Rusev. He's no hero of mine.
I would make the case of, since it was obviously an American to put that up, that's treason. Or at least racist.
There you go. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't say something like that, but just like work it in there.
Well, there was actually a short interview on WWE's YouTube channel with Lana and Rusev regarding that after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they said, but I just noticed it was there when I was looking at the WWE channel. I'm like, oh, okay, they're actually going to use it as a work. Nice.
All right. So for your next award, take it away, Jim.
All right.
All right.
Right, my next award. I couldn't come up with a catchy name of this one, so I just called it the Finally Award. For The Miz finally firing Damien Sandow as his stunt double. I'll bet then hiring him as a personal assistant. But at least starting to trigger the breakup of these two, because that should have happened a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Also, look at props to Damien Sandow for still mimicking the Miz and Miz yelling like, no, you are not my stunt double anymore. Stop that.
Yeah, I actually gave that an award too.
And then proceeding to, as Miz's match is going on, proceeding to stand outside the ring, facing away from the ring, and then at one point getting up on the top rope like he's going to jump on the dude, and then Miz yelling at him to get down, and that distracting Miz long enough for, who the hell was he wrestling?
Sin Cara.
For Sin Cara to roll him up.
Yep, I gave that an award too, and I called it Enough is Enough, and It's Time for a Change.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's true.
I just love that. I just love that Miz. Yeah, basically. But I just love that Mizdow was just like, fine, you don't want me to do anything? I'm not going to do anything. And he just stood there, allowing Miz to lose, and Miz turned around to look at him after he lost, like, what the hell? Why did you just be da-da-da? And Sandow just stood there with his arms crossed and was just like, huh. Like, you want me to do nothing? You want me not to emulate? I'm not going to do anything. Fuck off. I'm like, that's brilliant.
It was.
Which means Miz Dow's probably going to get a face push.
Yep.
Probably. Okay, so for my next award, now I didn't see Emma on Raw, so I might be naming this wrong. But I call this the so no change award because previous week on NXT, Emma cut a promo that she's like, "Oh, I'm coming back to NXT, and they're gonna be focus and be serious or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, so they're gonna like change her gimmick back?" Because I've heard she was like really good when she was there, and then they made her female Santino and stuff. And then she came out and she was like dancing still, and I was like, I don't know if she did that goofy dance, like if that was part of the Santino thing or if it's a different dance. I don't know, but I was like, oh, like
If it was the weird arm one, then it was when she was with Santino where she started to do this weird like arm and
yeah,
dance.
okay. So yeah, so it sounds like they just brought her back with the female Santino gimmick, which sucks. But so I was kind of sad because I wanted to see her, and then it just seems like they're gonna, I don't know, job her out or leave her or whatever. I don't know. Kind of sad though. All right, so next award, take it away, Mole.
I called it Face the Music. And this was for Adam Rose versus Fandango. It starts off with Adam Rose beating the holy hell out of the Rosebuds, and each one he beat up, he was saying, "No, bad Rosebud, bad Rosebud. You guys stay back there. You're not distracting me this match," which in itself was him being distracted by him. And Fandango started to then just beat the holy hell out of him in the match. The crowd started to cheer for Fandango. There was even a Fandango chant going on. Fandango does his finishing, and the matchup was pretty good. But what was weird was the commentators were getting behind Fandango. The crowd was. It's like, wait, is he just a face now? Hence, face the music. But it's weird. He's a face now. And I'm like, you couldn't have made him a face back when everyone was doing cha 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 cha. No, you did it now when people are like, is he still employed? Which is a shame because I love Fandango and I love Adam Rose, and seeing those two together, I was like, I've wanted them to be a tag team, but just seeing those two fight each other, I want that to be a feud because that'll be so fun. That'll be probably the funnest feud going right now. So back to the Ivory Tower.
All right. So, did you want to do your next one, Marcus, or was the one that before yours? I don't remember.
We can move on since Jim and I had the same award, so I only have one left, so we can, yeah.
Okay. So go ahead, Jim, with your next one.
That was the end of my awards except for my matchup promo.
Okay.
Okay. Well then.
We still love you, Jim. Hashtag love for Jim.
Love the Jim. All right. So for my this is my final one. I know it's only my fourth, but for my final one for the current week, I call it the Love That Chant Award for the crowd chanting "marking out" during the Hideo Itami versus Finn Balor match, because I don't know, I just that one makes me laugh, that chant, just because it feels so like self-referential.
Marking out, marking out.
But,
like, because the commentators aren't going to be like, "Oh, look," and they're chanting "marking out." They're going to like ignore it, but it's funny to hear them do that.
Which is why like I've said in the past, that's why I miss Matt Striker. Because
Yeah.
I loved it, like when Booker T said, "Oh my God, I'm marking out right now," and I'm like, "That's awesome! Why would you get rid of that? Come on!"
Oh my God. Okay. Oh right, I was going to ask this like 2 weeks ago and I forgot. So, does Matt Striker like smoke heavily or something? Because he's one of the announcers on Lucha Underground, and he sounds so like gravelly in his voice that
He may do, or it might be their microphones.
maybe because
He sounds like Shawn Michaels.
He sounds like he's trying to be like Christian Bale Batman. Like Vampiro sounds fine, but he's like,
I'm marking out.
yeah, something. He's just like he'd be like Johnny Mundo going from the top rope, and I'm like, whoa, dude. like at first I was like, that sounds really familiar, and then after a while I was like, I think that's Matt Striker, and then like in the credits I was like, that was Matt Striker. That doesn't quite sound like him, so I didn't know.
He should beat someone up, grab him, and then go, "Mark to me."
I want that to happen now. Nice. All right, so for your next award, take it away, Mole.
My last award, I called it, "This is pointless," but you already knew that. And that's because DLC added a second Alberto Del Rio 2011. Why? Not an alternate attire. There's literally 2 Alberto 11s on the list in different poses. Why is this a thing? You already had one.
Wow.
They're not dramatically different. Just make one an alternate attire. But no, they didn't. They made that, and I'm like, what? It would have been something if it was at least 2012 version. At least that's 8 years difference.
Yeah.
But it's just, no, I don't want 2 Alberto 2011s.
Wow.
And this is pointless, but you already knew that.
All right. So with your last one, take it away, Marcus.
All right, so I call this the Fear of the Unknown Award, and it goes to Daniel Bryan for defeating Seth Rollins to go on to Fastlane to face Roman Reigns. Thanks to Roman Reigns. So yeah, Roman Reigns helps Daniel Bryan win, and it's like, okay, I understand what you're doing with that, but at the same time, it's like, so who's gonna win at Fastlane? Are you gonna screw Reigns out of his rightful shot and put Daniel Bryan in there because of the fucking fans, or what's going on? And I'm afraid that they're gonna cave in and give it to Daniel Bryan, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I'm also afraid the other way is if they decide to stay with Roman Reigns, I'm afraid they're gonna heel turn Roman Reigns, which I'm like, fuck off.
And which, like I said, they could go either way, because as Triple H mentioned on the Austin podcast, the way he now realizes with the business is there's loads of people who read everything on the dirt sheets, as he put it, and he mentioned a load of that stuff's false now because we have to make stuff up just to make people surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, part of me thinks maybe because he knows about that, he's like, how do you keep the people who seem to know everything and the ones who are like, don't push him, push this guy. This guy's getting a push. I don't like that. And I'm like, part of me when I listened to that, I was like, I think he's going to keep with Roman Reigns because this seems like it's building towards, oh, I see what you're going to do. You're going to make it Daniel Bryan. Oh, it's Reigns. Surprise. And I'm like, I could totally see that because enough people are still cheering for Reigns.
Yeah, I'm just afraid that they're going to have to end up making Reigns heel. And I don't want that to happen. I like your idea, Mo, of making Bryan heel. Personally.
Yep.
And that's why I called it Fear of the Unknown, because I'm just afraid of what they could possibly do and what they may have to do to keep, the bulk of their fans happy, the people who are paying the money happy.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
saying,
like I said, to be fair, enough people are still cheering for Reigns that he could still be the one that wins and could still stay face. There is that possibility. I believe in Roman Reigns.
There you go.
Although I do have to kind of find it funny, and I don't think we have mentioned this from last week, but the fact that immediately following the Royal Rumble, you had the hashtag cancel WWE Network campaign. And then the day after, you see the news headline that broke across the world of WWE Network reaches over 1 million subscribers.
Yep, they actually gained subscribers. And I saw some of the little idiots who were saying about cancel tried to do stuff like, well, technically it doesn't cancel until you're, until you're months up. So they're not counting that. And I'm like, really? I mean, some dirt sheets tried to cover it. Well, they cancelled. It just happened to be the same amount. Rejoin, like, really?
I saw one where the one guy was like, oh, well, it's like you can't announce the numbers after a free month. And I was like, the free month was November, though, like over here.
February is free.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to go on record right now, and I'm going to give that a bonus award, and I'm going to call it the Numbers Don't Lie Award.
There you go.
Yep. Which is why Cena remained #1 in WWE.
In sales, yes.
Yes, because like you said, numbers don't lie. More people were supporting him.
True. Yeah, I found that kind of funny. It's like, oh, cancel the WWE, oh, hit him where it hurts. WWE breaks 1 million subscribers. Well, it's obviously not hurting that bad.
Yep. Which, like I said, I always find stuff like that funny, like the cancel the WWE network, and I assume Jim's still there. Jim, how awesome was it on that Rock vs. Cena documentary, where Cena even points out the crowd booed him out the arena, but that night he outsold the fucking Rock and CM Punk. He was the #1 fucking merchandise. And he's like, they'll boo you out the fucking building, but yet they buy your merchandise? That's ass backwards.
That makes no sense.
And I'm like, yeah, he's right. It's almost like people are booing him as part of fun instead of actually hating him.
Seems that way.
Although part of me wonders if that might have also been because, like I said, which wasn't at this time. I found it hilarious when people were anti-Cena that WWE actually sold a Cena Sucks shirt. Because guess whose merchandise that counts as? But people don't think like that, hence I didn't buy one, because I was like, no, that'd be stupid.
Then I'd be part of the problem.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, so that was it for the awards, I believe. Correct? No one else had any? All right. So now on
I'd like
to
to give an award to Richter for best host.
I got that last week or 2 weeks ago.
You got best reviewer, now it's best host.
Oh, okay. Is that going to be a new one?
We'll add that. Best host. Best show that's blank with someone. I also want that to be a blank card of blank with Richter Hammer.
I can see that happening.
Oh god. Marcus Shadow's killing spree with Richter Hammer.
It may or may not be noted. Oh, so for match and promo of the various shows for the night, let's go to Marcus.
Sure. Let me scroll up to that. So my match of the night for Raw, and I only saw Raw this week, was Dolph Ziggler versus Bray Wyatt, because that was actually a really good match. And I had a lot of fun watching that. And as Mole pointed out, Dolph Ziggler, as long as he doesn't like oversell crap, he can actually put on a halfway decent match. And it helped that he was going up against someone like Bray Wyatt, who, well, on his own is not overly great. Pair him with the right person, he can put on a pretty decent match, and I think that was a good pairing, Ziggler and Bray.
I also find it weird. Bray, after his feud with Dean Ambrose, has moved on to people like Dolph Ziggler. After his feud with Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose on Raw and SmackDown is feuding with Curtis Axel. Which is even more funny because Curtis Axel was, as Richter put it when he went to NXT, rejuvenating his career. He's now a fucking bigger joke than he was before. If he comes out and challenges Brock Lesnar just to get his ass beat by Dean Ambrose, doesn't it? He's a joke.
Yeah.
He's the perfect punchline.
Well, like I said, after he said, I'm going to go back to NXT to rejuvenate my career, he shows up at Royal Rumble, doesn't even get in the match. I'm like, so much for rejuvenating your career, dude. If anything, it's worse than it was before. You should go through the unemployment line now. Okay, thanks, bye.
Yeah.
Gonna rejuvenate the unemployment line.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, rejuvenate the economy by giving someone else your job, dude. Seriously. But yeah, that's my match. My promo of the night is the opening promo with Triple H, Stephanie, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Seth Rollins. That I gave the Not Best for Business award to, basically. Well, I gave it to the announcement within that segment, but the entire segment was actually pretty good. with the whole Triple H and Stephanie's all like, we're going to have this big announcement and it's going to shake up the WWE and, you guys know Roman Reigns won the Rumble and he's going on to WrestleMania. Well, maybe not. And then Reigns comes out and he's like, whoa, what do you mean you're going to take away my Royal Rumble or my WrestleMania spot? I rightfully earned that. And he's like, well, see, we listen to the WWE universe, and they don't seem to think that you are the rightful number one contender. And Brian comes down, and instead of doing what I thought they should have had him do, of come down and be like, whoa, don't try to screw Roman Reigns. He rightfully earned that spot. Don't do to him what you did to me. No, instead Brian comes down and he's like, fuck Roman Reigns, I deserve the spot. I'm like, dude, what the hell? He's like, I never got my rematch, which is true, but it's like, dude, you're trying to take away Roman Reigns' WrestleMania moment? Fuck you, Brian. And then Rollins comes out, of course, and he's like, no, I should have the match, and I should, I'm your number one pick. I'm the future of the WWE. And Triple H is like, all right, you guys fight. Whoever's ass ends up laid out doesn't get to go on. Whoever's still standing gets to go on and face Reigns.
Well, to be fair, Daniel Bryan's learned a lesson Cena learned. To beat the odds. Thank you.
True. I mean, that goes into what you said earlier with, I think, one of your awards, Mole, of the Daniel Bryan hypocrisy thing. It's like, really?
Oh, I almost gave out an award, but I didn't.
Yeah. It's just like, come on, dude. It's like you're becoming exactly what screwed you in the first place. And you already had your, as Mullen pointed out before this recording, what I was alluding to is that, I think, was it on a SmackDown Mole or something that he did this?
It will, but we'll be getting to that.
Ah, okay. Oh, I thought you just said you didn't give it an award.
I said I haven't given it an award. I haven't gave it an award yet. It hasn't been my turn.
Oh, for that. Okay, well, you guys will hear about that because it's just like, oh my god. Because this goes into it too. It's just like, oh, fuck you, Brian. I like Daniel Bryan, but fuck you, you bearded piece of shit. Stop trying to be John Cena. Stop thinking you're that good. Just know.
It got to be an award now. The fuck you,
What?
bearded piece of shit award.
Yes.
Congratulations, QJ. This year for the X-Pound gives you an award.
But wow.
I don't think he has
After
a
Mole
beard.
goes in, Daniel Bryan and SmackDown is just like, yeah, I've kind of lost respect for him at this point and fucked WWE. So yeah. Moving on.
And I will say, with the QJ thing, that was just a joke for people listening. I only make that joke because he's before now turned down when he's supposed to have been in some of our videos, and it makes it funny because he's never going to listen to these, so we're just having fun.
Yes. Back to the host.
All right. So for your matches and promos of the night, take it away, Jim.
Harry and the Jimsons.
Okay.
Oh, come on, I can't make a Harry and the Henderson joke.
Harry and the Jimpersons.
Don't think we got Jim anymore.
No, did we lose him?
Boo.
Summoning Jim.
That is best for business. I'm kidding. I'm assuming he's going to queue up in a second and pretend to have been muted the whole time.
I was muted.
See?
That's my secret. I'm always muted.
Exactly. Now you understand.
If a condom doesn't fit, you must quit.
What?
Okay then.
If the condom doesn't fit, you gotta quit. That's you gotta quit.
I was helping Jim out.
Don't pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yeah, I was
But
helping him out. I'm his defense lawyer.
But do collect a baby that you never wanted.
Yeah, really. You are the father. No,
I think you two are confusing Monopoly and the game of life.
Oh. Nice.
Isn't that Fortune Street?
I did love the game of life where you used to have to get little stupid pins to stick in your cards. Like, oh, you got babies. I'm like, Oh, well, that was unplanned pregnancy. Way to go, stupid peg me.
I
Yeah.
think when it's like, you got twins, and you're like, oh man, my car is full.
Ah.
Yeah. Why didn't you wear peg protection?
Peg tech.
Check shit.
Is that just a picture of Simon next to the bed?
Yeah.
Simon dressed as RoboCop. He's my protection.
Oh man, the cards just keep on flowing.
But does that mean fighting against your partner who's got a picture of the sexual Riddler?
But yeah, Howie and the Jimsons. Time for your award.
Indeed. So my match for Raw. We're doing match or promo first.
Whichever
We did
you
them
want.
all.
Wherever
Okay.
tickles your fancy.
I didn't know which one you guys have been doing first. I didn't. I was listening generally. Or am I the first one?
Or
I don't
not at
know.
all. You were not listening at all. Fair enough.
You are the second.
Okay.
If it
Um,
helps, it was only Marcus previously. No one was listening to that anyway.
Fair enough.
Fuck you.
Anyway, let's see. My match for Raw is Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins in the main event because that was a really good match. It was a little short, but it was a good match.
The main event.
The main event. Then a good back and forth match. Those guys have a good wrestling style together. Seth Rollins a little more high flying, but Daniel Bryan's got speed on him too. So they put together a really good, fast-paced match that really was good. A little interference at the end, change security and whatnot, but that kept it entertaining. And Roman Reigns showing up to help was interesting, so it was fun. It was a good match. And I mentioned it earlier, but my promo tonight was Ambrose challenging Wade Barrett for the IC title, and then all that going on because that was just awesome.
It's no BNC.
It's not, but he came out. He basically says, I was at WWE headquarters, and I saw all the nice pictures on the wall, all the faces of the person on the images, and I thought, you know what? My face will look great on that wall. So,
it does.
Wait,
Although
Barrett, I beat you cleanly 2 weeks ago on Raw. I'm coming for your Intercontinental title. I deserve a match.
It would, except for I would make the case. He's an idiot.
Why is he an idiot?
Dean Ambrose, when he cuts that promo, he goes, I was walking through the halls of WWE headquarters, and I looked at all those pictures of world heavyweight champions and intercontinental champions, and I thought, I'll get my picture on there, and challenges the IC champion. Reach for the stars, mate. You know what I mean? A little bit more ambiguous, a little bit more ambition. And if he challenged, say, Brock Lesnar or whatever, they could have basically put him versus either Daniel Bryan or Seth Rollins and had Roman Reigns versus the other one with the winner facing each other going on to face Brock. That would write itself. That'd be a perfect tournament. But then we wouldn't have BMZ, so I suppose. I do like my BNZ.
BMZ. BMZ.
BNZ, Bad News Zone. It was epic.
It's bad.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the Blue Meanie needs to come back and have some kind of parody where it's like the Blue News Zone.
That wouldn't be as good. Considering this is already a parody of something. You can't parody a parody. That turns into Family Guy and epic movie crap.
True.
Or a date movie where they suddenly parody Meet the Fuckers and it's like, or Meet the Parents. I'm like, but that's a comedy. You can't point out this wouldn't be realistic and this was funny because we know this. It was a comedy.
Mm-hmm. That was the point.
And they made it less funny.
Mm-hmm.
That takes work.
Indeed.
I feel like if you parody a parody, it should turn it into a serious thing. It's like, cancels it out.
It should. Anyway, back to Hammy.
Oh, I thought you may have had another one.
No, I gave my match my promo.
Oh, you just had the one? Okay.
No, I didn't see SmackDown last week.
Oh, okay. Okay, so next up, take it away, Mole.
Nice. Step it up to the bat. Whew, come on. Pitch me the ball. Whew. Thank you. But yeah, my promo my promo night went to the exact same one as little Marky over there. And that was Triple H and Stephanie with the opening promo, because I also loved the whole, I know, can you believe what happened with the Super Bowl? Cancel the NFL Network.
Oh yeah,
That was
too.
a funny line. That was a good line.
That was awesome.
And I'm like, oh, you dicks. And he comes out to face Roman Reigns at fast lanes and shit like that. And in number one contender gets Brock Lesnar. We've already dealt this beautifully by Little Marky. Then we go to SmackDown. Miz TV. Guest star. Daniel Bryan. And Roman Reigns. And this is where it gets awesome. What happens every single one of these shows?
Someone's ass gets beat and the set gets destroyed.
They do, but normally the host basically provokes them and keeps working them and likes to stir the pot. This one, they come out, the second Roman Reigns gets into the ring, Miz grabs the microphone, goes to speak, Superman punch. And that's it, Miz is out of the whole segment.
Nice.
I'm like, the fuck did you just do? Which made Roman Reigns versus Miz later on. I'm like, that was fucking hilarious. Boom. But yeah, when he gets the microphone, which that's still awesome, and he says to Bryan, "You think you'll just slide in and take my opportunity?" He says, "You think you can beat me at fast lanes? Let's do it right here, right now," and stuff like that. And earlier in the night, a little bit at the same time, Daniel Bryan was mentioning stuff like the fact he last year he had his WrestleMania moment, and then which he almost didn't have because people tried to take it away from him. Blah 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 blah. And he's basically describing himself going through the exact same situation Reigns is now, and then saying, "And this year I'm gonna have a WrestleMania moment." I'm like, you just said you had one. And that wasn't even yours. That was Batista's.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sorry, as much as people are like, lol, Blutista and all the other shit, I was like, Batista got screwed heavily. Come on, that was Batista's WrestleMania moment. Besides, his other WrestleMania moment, but it was still a WrestleMania moment. It would have been cool for Batista.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And only
But
Batista.
I don't know. Like I said, I was looking forward to Randy Orton versus Batista because which storyline was better? Daniel Bryan inserted randomly, or the whole historical stuff between Batista and Randy Orton going all the way back to Evolution that they could have totally built on and made this seem like two brothers going at it. That writes itself.
That's true.
And besides, Batista did great jobs when he came back and put over the Shield and stuff. He proved he was willing to put over new talent, something our current champion isn't doing. Except for maybe Seth Rollins, who was already over in the first place, but more on that. But during the segment, after he's doing that, he's going, let's do it right now. And Daniel Bryan throws the chair out the ring, and they look like they're about to go. Seth Rollins interrupts. And he mentions all the stuff he does, and I loved the way when he was like, I almost slayed the Beast incarnate himself. And I'm like, that's awesome. And he makes a match per the Authorities thing, Bryan versus J&J Security and Seth Rollins. And I'm like, okay, that happened. But I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, main event next. And I love this segment so much, I will give an honorary mention to the fact it was replayed later on SmackDown. But this was a double date.
Yes,
with Jimmy and Naomi and Tyson Kidd and Natalia. Tyson Kidd is late, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And then he finally shows up with Cesaro. And Natalia's like, what are you doing? I said it was a double date. And he's like, oh, I thought you meant like Canadian doubles in tennis. That's a three-person game. I don't even know if that's true, but that's hilarious. And
she'll ask the Queen of Hearts later.
Yeah, and then he's talking about how, besides, I thought I'd come in here and introduce and amuse you all with my stories, because some of us have really fascinating stories to tell. Unlike some people, as he looks over to, Jimmy Uso, and he's like, yeah, unlike some people who just recycle their dad's stories.
Oh.
And then Jimmy's like, okay, that's kind of funny. I get it. You're getting the crowd to give you some sort of reaction. That's pretty cool. You're finally getting over. That's cool. Can we just have our dinner like we wanted to? And they keep going at it. And Tyson Kidd keeps taking digs. Then Jey Uso stands up, and as he does it, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro fucking throw the table over, beat the shit out of him, and leave him on the floor. Naomi then runs over to him and starts to hold him, and as she's doing it, Talia runs over and goes, I tried to do something nice, but you and Jimmy had to ruin it. And then walks off like she's completely blind to how much of a dick Tyson Kidd is. I'm like,
Wow.
that's awesome. Tyson Kidd's awesome. But I'm not sure what you guys think about that.
That actually sounds really funny.
That sounds funny.
Indeed. I agree. I kind of want to see that. Maybe it'll be online. Maybe WWE put it online.
Perhaps.
Actually,
Well, it
it's on main event, so I can see it on the network, right?
No. That's now a UK exclusive show.
Oh, fuck you.
Well, to be fair, the reason we didn't get a network for over a fucking year is because they didn't want to take NXT off it because that was already contracted to the UK. So they said, fine, they gave us main event. You guys have superstars back, and you guys have NXT and stuff for the network. But they were just like, fine, we have a contract, and they fulfilled it. But it might be on Superstars this week. Could be on Superstars, I don't know. It's basically the same thing.
Fair enough.
But my matches, and this is where it gets kind of funny. My Raw match of the week. Paige versus Alicia Fox.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that match. I loved the ending in that match too, because that was kind of really bitchy and dickish, where basically a Paige wins. As she wins, Alicia Fox attacks her and stuff, and the Bellas come running into the ring. They attack her, but they squirt her chest, because of how pale she is, and they don't like how pale she is. They spray her chest, Rick, with fake tan to try and ruin her look.
Wow.
And I was like, that's a great matchup. And as far as divas go, their look is pretty important. That is a pretty bitchy thing to do. That's a great heel move. Everything about that segment worked in the match. Then we got to SmackDown. My match of the night, Paige versus Alicia Fox. They had a rematch, and it is worth noting she still has fake tan on her chest.
Oh.
So I think it may actually be tan. Which makes it slightly funnier that she was willing to do that. And she wins via the PTO. It was just a great match. No Bellas this time, but it was a pretty damn good match. And before it, Paige did have a promo with Renee, and like an interview, and she mentioned, that kind of embarrassed me. I've never been that embarrassed before, and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is a great feud with her going for the title against Nikki. I hope Paige wins, but I still like Nikki and Brie and stuff. And I'm like, that was great. So yeah, they had 2 matches of the week, Rick.
Nice.
Now for my third match of the week. No, it's not that. It's Brie versus Summer Rae on main event, because there was only like a couple of matches, and out of all of them, this was the one that got me most excited, because I like seeing Summer Rae wrestle. She was wrestling, she was selling all the stuff well, and it was a little back and forth pretty quick with Brie winning, but it was still really well done. I happened to enjoy that match.
Nice.
Yep. It's back to you, Richter.
All right. So for my match of the night for NXT, was talked about a little bit earlier, but it was the Hideo Itami versus Finn Balor match, because that was just a really good one. Had the marking out chant when he was gonna when it looked like he was gonna GTS him. And it's pretty cool. That's true. There was a chant for her, but Carmella's just like, blue pants went back to the clearance rack, and I'm like, nice. But and also had Adrian Neville on commentary for that match, just because he's gonna have to fight the winner of that one, obviously.
Nice.
Oh, that's a spoiler if you didn't see his match. But anyway, that was a pretty solid match. Now, my promo of the night was more just something random, and I kind of wanted to look into this more, but I kind of don't. But because they had something like this last week, I just don't exactly remember what it was, and I wasn't sure, like, well, wasn't sure exactly what it was last week when I saw it, but the week before, but on the latest NXT, I believe it's when they're like when they go to quote unquote commercial and it's like, oh, this match is coming up later, or this one is next, and it was I believe the little ad was for the Balor versus Hideo match, and like while the commentators are talking, there's like static on the screen, and then it like cuts to like for a few frames to like it looks like a crow or something, and then like goes back, and then it like cuts again to like a crow, and it looks like it says something like Solomon or something behind it, and then goes back, and then they're just talking, and like they don't even bring it up, so it's like one of those ones of like they're not the work for it isn't from their end, it's just like for people watching, to be like, what was that? And I was like, what is that? And so,
isn't it obvious? Sting's making his NXT debut.
He's gonna rejuvenate his career.
Oh, poor Sting.
He just points to the NXT our arrival sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I don't know if he'd be there, but
I don't think it'll be Sting when you mentioned it.
So.
Solomon.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be like a repackaged wrestler called Solomon.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it said that. Like, I wanted to rewind it, but I was like, yeah, it was. it was at the point where I was debating of like, well, maybe I'll just look it up. But then I like later I was like, I kind of want to see what it said, but I don't want to because I don't like the search bar is really annoying on the WWE app and.
So what you're saying is you could have looked it up and stuff, but that would have took the fun out of the actual discussion of what the possibility would be. You're like, we'll do this on the air, it'll be fun.
Yeah,
that's a boy, Rick, that boy.
Yeah, because you've said that sometimes where like you see something like with the Aces of Eights, you're like, I could look this up, but I kind of want to just get into it and see where it goes. And it's kind of like I do want to look it up, but I might as well just play it out, see what happens. But
I always find that more fun with wrestling nowadays. Everyone's like, oh, well, hang on, give me a sec. Boom, Wikipedia. It's like, well, that wrestler's going to be this. I'm like, oh, fuck off. It would have been so much better with the actual build-up and stuff. Like, how pissed would people be if, say, the dirt sheets were as accurate as people predicted back during the Attitude Era and everyone fucking knew McMahon was the higher power the whole time?
Yeah,
would have been bored shitless watching that whole promo.
Yeah, that is very true. But yeah, I wasn't sure if it was just an NXT thing. Like, I'm pretty sure it was, just because they tend not to cross them very much. But I wasn't sure if anyone had seen that or. So okay.
Yeah, they tend not to cross them over because NXT is the Guardians of the Galaxy of the WWE Cinematic Universe.
I'll allow that, because hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay because I love that. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was better than most of the fucking films that aren't named Avengers or Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
I'm like, just all the other ones, like Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, no, fuck them.
Have not seen 3, don't really want to. But yeah, so, okay. That was random. Okay, so sorry, there was like a firework or something outside. I don't know.
Random gunfire.
Yeah, I was like really.
Oh my god, Rick.
Yes.
Rick, you were discussing Solomon. You're too close to something, Rick. You're too close to a conspiracy. They're hunting you. That was gunfire. You know too much.
That'd be amazing if that was part of the work. Was
Well, they hired someone to kill Rick on the air. Russo swerve. Marcus is shooting on location.
Literally.
Literally.
Wow.
To the Marcus mobile. I don't know what that mobile would be, but
I don't know, but it's awesome.
Well, I think we'll be obvious talking about Marcus. It's a rickshaw.
Yeah. It'd be like the turtle van from TMNT, only instead of a turtle head, it'd be the Grim Reaper.
There you go.
Because that just screams stealthy.
Exactly.
To the Marcus Mobile. Rick, go!
You're gonna ride him like a Yoshi.
Punch me in the back of the head.
Unless he was actually putting Richter in the van, I couldn't tell. I thought it was like Marcus Appeal and just jumps on Richter. Go.
I wasn't sure either. I was like,
thinking
does he want me to like
more
run outside and then he's gonna run me over, or?
Yeah, he's gonna
I was
ride
thinking
him
more along
like a mount, and then he's gonna get off and like go. Oh, and I thought Richter smelled bad on the outside.
I was thinking more along the lines of Jim saying that that the Marcus Mobile would be a rickshaw. So I was thinking Rick would be the one pulling the rickshaw.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Got it.
Like a tauntaun.
Then it's literally a rickshaw.
Ah.
Nice.
Either that or it's Ecto 1, but instead of the ghost, the red circle has random celebrities in it each time the logo appears on the vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Richter, yeah. Don't cross the memes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
If you would like to use your DeviantArt account to draw a picture of the Marcus Mobile, please leave a comment below.
Marcus Celebrity Buster.
The winning Marcus Mobile will be announced on next week's X-Marks.
All right, so there you have it.
We have fun here.
Yes, we do. We very much do. We have the craziest banter. I don't know if it tops Orton as a table, but you know what? Marcus Mobile's
Nothing tops Orton at the table.
So, all right, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us for another X Marks the Spot, and
You're welcome.
What's up?
and hope to see you next week. So until then, good night.
And stick around for the Monday Night Wars coming
That's true.
after this one.